How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I wanted to tell you why I just bought Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. And this was the money that I set aside for limit orders. They didn't get quite triggered. They were very close to getting triggered a few days ago. And that was when all these were down 10 to 20%. Now, I had been waiting, I was being patient. However, there's some things that happened even since I made my last video last night that is making me want to buy more right now. Now, of course, anything can happen short term. We could fall back down to 31,000, 30,000, but there's some things that have been changing that I've been noticing. So we're going to go through that. Some really bullish news from Twitter, from JP Morgan, from Tesla, maybe Apple. There's a good amount of stuff that we have to talk about. Now, of course, if you guys don't mind just hitting the like button underneath the video, it helps out the channel, and you can hit the subscribe button if you're not already part of the channel. So first of all, we have to talk about the B word, the event where Elon, Kathy, and Jack Dorsey talked at just a few days ago. Elon revealed that he owns Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin. His companies own Bitcoin, but he actually has two companies that own Bitcoin. That's SpaceX and Tesla. He said that they would most likely start accepting payments again for Bitcoin. He put some pressure on Jack Dorsey to accept Bitcoin, which we'll talk about here in a second because there's some news on that. And then also, what I noticed was there was the classic selling during the event. So a lot of people get excited up to the event, and then it happens, people start selling off, but it didn't sell off very much. And it's actually higher than it was during the event. So we've stayed up for the last 2 days. And we're starting to see a little bit of the script flipping, I think, where people are getting a little bit more bullish. So let's take a look at some of the news. Even though we are underneath all the important moving averages, even the 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, the 200-day, that signifies that we're still in a more of a bear market. However, if we start going above, let's say, the 50-day, that means that we're going to have to come up another 10% from where we are now. 100-day, we would have to move up 50% from where we are now. So by the time that we surpass some of these numbers here, it's already going to be, not too late, but it's going to be late. So I don't always like looking at these before I start buying in, thinking that, hey, technical traders are going to start trading it and buying it. I don't always like to do that. I like looking at the fundamentals. So here we have JP Morgan that began offering 5 cryptocurrency funds to clients. Now, I covered this in a video last night. If you didn't see it, we'll spend just a second talking about it. They are allowing all their wealth clients, not just their ultra wealthy clients, to start investing. Now, they can't tell them about this beforehand, or they can't solicit it. But if they ask about cryptocurrency, they can invest them into the Bitcoin Trust, Bitcoin Cash Trust, Ethereum Trust, Ethereum Classic Trust, and the Osprey Funds Bitcoin Trust. So Ethereum and Bitcoin, they can start investing them in. Now, JP Morgan in general has gone back and forth with all kinds of different articles on bearish and bullish news towards Bitcoin. But recently, a lot of the big banks have been giving a lot of bearish news, saying, hey, it's not an investable asset class, it's going down to 25,000, it's going down to 15,000. There have been a lot of negative articles. However, you can see if they're going to start investing clients' money, they probably aren't going to be talking poorly about Bitcoin, right? That would be a bad look if you help someone, one of your favorite clients, let's say, put $100 million into Bitcoin, and then you post an article saying that it's going to go down to 15,000, and you didn't give that disclaimer to them or something. So that would be a bad look. In addition to that, we have just overnight, this is something that wasn't out there last night when I made my video. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, for the first time, has publicly said that Bitcoin will be a big part of the company's future. Dorsey said Bitcoin could integrate into Twitter's products such as super follows, commerce, subscriptions, and tip jar. So this isn't necessarily their ad space. Now, I've seen some articles that said that it would be included in their ads. So someone could pay them in Bitcoin. Either way, this is something where they would have to start accepting it as a company. They would probably hold on to some. I mean, unless they automatically took their cut and then and then sold all of it right away, even if that was the case, I would think at the end of the quarter, right, they would be holding a little bit just from like the last couple hours or something that they haven't been able to sell. So I would think that they would actually hold on to some of it. Now, whether that's, tens of millions or hundreds of millions or billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, who knows? But this is something that Elon had put some pressure on Jack the other day during the V word, saying, hey, will you accept Bitcoin as payment? And he kind of put a lot of pressure on him because Jack tried to get away from answering it, and then Elon brought it up again, and then Jack didn't say anything. So I think maybe he already had this planned. It is interesting to see, right after this happened, that Twitter will be accepting it as payment, or probably will. He said that they could be integrated into Twitter's products. So that is awesome to see. Now, like I said, Elon Musk also said Tesla will most likely accept Bitcoin. They just have to do a little bit more research. So we have all those positive things coming out. A lot of companies saying that, hey, we'll probably accept Bitcoin. There are a few companies, a couple big companies, and then JPM saying that we're going to allow clients to invest in crypto. And then we also have big earnings next week. We have the largest companies in the world announcing earnings. We'll probably hear Bitcoin thrown into a lot of earnings calls, a lot of people asking about it. One rumor is that Apple was buying Bitcoin. Another one is that, hey, Facebook could buy Bitcoin too. They have a lot of cash on their balance sheet. Mark Zuckerberg's pet is called Bitcoin too. And then even in addition to that, we have other mainstream media like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who had Vitalik in their house. They're just like in a small room, no bigger than the room that I'm in. And then they turn the camera, and then Vitalik, one of the co-creators of Ethereum, was sitting in there. So there's a lot to be bullish on right now, whether it's mainstream media, people, different actors and actresses that are now getting into crypto or NFTs, or whether it's a lot of large companies reporting earnings next week and the possibility, even if it's 5 or 10%, the possibility that they start adding Bitcoin. We have a lot of bullish articles just on Tesla and Twitter and other companies announcing that they're going to accept Bitcoin and crypto. We have wealth advisors. So the thing is, we can always wait longer to buy. And I've been buying for the last couple months. Like, I've been buying every week or two. But I didn't really want to wait to see another $31,000 dip. So I didn't want to wait until we got to 31,000 because honestly, with all this stuff coming up so soon, it seems like a little bit of a risk. I think as soon as we start turning bullish, it will be off to the races, because there are a lot of people that are bullish on crypto but aren't buying right now, either because they bought as much as they could, or because of the fact that they just want to wait for a lower price. So right now we have a lot of people waiting. Volume is very low, which tells me, hey, that just means that people aren't necessarily selling a lot right now because the price is staying up the last couple days, but the volume's low because people are worried. It's still under all the technical moving averages. It's still under 33,000. It's pretty close to where we were just a few days ago at 29,000. And people are thinking, okay, we've just seen it oscillating around 30, even 29 to about 35,000 for the last couple weeks. So right now, I did want to buy more, thinking that there are so many big things happening. Of course, anything can happen though over the next couple weeks. I mean, if nothing comes out and all of a sudden some more FUD comes out, we could fall back down. But I'm in this for the long term. I also got to hit a couple of points that I really wanted to in terms of how much Bitcoin and Ethereum I own, which was nice. So that's where I'm sitting now. If you guys want an interest rate on your crypto, that will ensure that you actually get more even in times when you're not buying more. You can check out the link down below to BlockFi. There's also a link down there to Voyager. I think you should have two platforms, honestly, because sometimes they go down. But definitely check that out underneath the video. Thank you guys. If you've made it this far, let me know in the comments below. Let me know you made it to the end. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.